Good evening, Vigo's Court, or good morning from this side of the world. It is me, your favorite judge, Judge Shep. That's controversial. Don't tell everyone I said that. Joined today by Counselor Q.
What
And
it do?
we are,
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am so excited. Today we are looking at We Overslept versus Demice in one of our final games of week 3. So we're wrapping up our week. We are doing a couple of makeup games today because of the holiday. And I'm really excited to be here and watch these two teams throw down. How are you feeling about it, Q?
I'm excited. We've got we overslept. We've got Demice, a part of the Demise family, right? Who has kind of been on a run here recently, and even Demice themselves have been able to put up some pretty good games here recently. We overslept has it seems like every time we see them, they've had some improvements the next time we see them. So gonna be excited to see what they bring out today too.
Yep, absolutely. I am very excited about all the progress that We Overslept has made. They've been working really, really hard, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table today. As far as their killers go, their survivors are consistently very strong, so it's only up to go. I'm
Yeah.
really excited, super excited.
And I'm going to be interested because today, as far as at least for this matchup, we are talking about a map that's not very typical for competitive DBD, right?
It is indeed a strange one, but our map today is going to be Fractured Cowshed. It is the Thompson house, an 8 hook minimum and 13 hook maximum. So one of our bigger maps, not the biggest map, but a lot of hooks to go around for our killer and survivors to play with.
And I'll be interested to see because the main building on this map can be a little bit of a pain to work about. But sometimes you can get lucky as far as the killer and get some good 3 gens on either side of like outside of the cowshed, outside of the middle building there. And I think that's going to be really where the game is won and lost for the killers, figuring out is identifying where it is and kind of setting themselves up for a late game here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get some really weird spawn generations on the Thompson house on either side of it. So the teams are really gonna have to be careful to assess what's going on with their generators up there if they want to avoid a really nasty 3-gen. And sometimes the Thompson house isn't even the most important. I know a lot of people will say like, oh, you have to get Thompson house out. Actually, sometimes I've seen a lot of people just leave that gen. Like that's not even the one to worry about. So it's wild to think that there is a 3-gen in one of those top corners that doesn't involve Thompson house.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. And I don't know. What do you think as far as for our map here? Like, what do you think we're going to see as far as our killers? What kind of strategy comes out? Like, what kind of killers do you think we see come out?
I think on this map, I'm trying to think of who they've played before. I've seen Wraith always seems to perform pretty decently on corn maps. The corn seems to really work with his cloaking. So we might be looking at a Wraith today. We have seen, I feel like we've seen twins a lot on the corn maps. I could be wrong, but I feel like we've seen a lot of twins on the corn maps. Just because Victor can move kind of through the corn without being seen.
Right.
So I think that's going to be really important here is characters, killers where the corn is going to work to their advantage and not so much against them. Who do you think we're going to see today? Who do you hope we're going to see today?
Who am I hoping we're going to see today and who I think we're going to see today? Those are really two different questions. Who would I like to see today? I would really like to see some high mobility killers, like maybe a Billy or something to be able to work, because that way everything but that main building gen is pretty accessible to you, right, with your mobility. My only worry though is this isn't exactly a map that typically Billy can shine on, so it makes me think that might be a reason why our teams save it here. Another killer that comes to mind though, and I feel like I'm constantly bringing her up, and if it seems like I have a little bit of a crush on her, I promise I might maybe do a little bit. Anyways, I really like since her buff Vami Mommy, and with it having a lot of open area kind of in the middle, I think she could also do a lot of damage on this map.
Yeah, I think Plague has really shown over the past, almost 3 weeks now that she she can really do a lot of work in comp. So I actually think that's a great pick for this map.
However,
And
if
then
you're
we
gonna
have
do it, you gotta style in the blue. You understand?
gotta stunt on him. You gotta stunt on. I don't know. I really like her Rift outfit.
Oh,
I do really like her
yeah,
newest.
that's true.
Well, both of her Rift outfits have been really nice. I like the butterfly theme for this one though. I'm a little biased there maybe, but yeah, I mean we've seen a pretty good plague from We Overslept, so I think that is a possibility. Another one I didn't think of is Huntress maybe. Cornblind is a thing, but
Yeah,
you can get on top of that Thompson house and just yeet.
yeah, I mean, on really any of the corn maps in within the realm itself, right? You're talking about where you can do quite a bit of damage. The one thing though I do worry about as far as with Huntress, I always worry if the corn maps, because of corn blindness being a thing. I always worry about maybe it being the place where you get the most optimization out of her, and I think for that reason we actually probably don't see her come out today, to be honest.
A girl can hope.
Okay.
You've got your thing for plague. I've got my thing for Huntress.
No,
Although if we're talking about things, I'm talking about wanting to see Legion come out. But I know before everyone jumps on me that that's just a dream. Rude.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like on a map like this, where you're probably going to be looking at wanting to consume more of your like typical M1 style sort of killer, right? Because you're not going to be using any of your S tiers or anything. Maybe depending on how things look moving into Trial 3, we can, but I doubt we see her coming out in Trial 1 or 2 here.
Yeah.
But
I think we see an early Legion.
I would love to see a Legion come out, just because it's one of those things where it brings something different to the table. It's a whole nother element, especially with their power. You get so much built-in tracking, which can be really nice.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like other killers I want to see.
I mean, we've started seeing some emergence of Nemesis and Cenobite here in the recent past. Of course, they are,
Interesting choices.
new killers. So some comp teams haven't gotten enough reps, I think, to feel super comfortable with it. But I feel like the couple times we've seen Nemesis come out, he's had some pretty strong performances. I know for sure Slow had a good performance earlier this week. I don't think Slow was the one who played Nemesis earlier in the preseason that I was thinking about as far as in the league thus far this season. But also our Cenobites seem to be doing pretty well too. Both killers that also, if you do have a good grasp of them on the killer side, maybe since it is introducing new things on the killer side, maybe you can catch some survivor teams off guard.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Cenobite and Nemesis have both kind of come out in the past couple weeks, kind of like testing the waters with them, but we have seen some pretty good results with them. Nemesis more than Cenobite, in my opinion. But before we get started here, Q, actually, I think we need to go to a quick be right back screen. Hold on real quick, folks. We will return very shortly.